And what I would say for myself, what I did, and also what I would tell any aspiring entrepreneurs, you literally just have to lock in on your dream. And whatever God told you to do is for you.
It was not
it's
a conference
not for
call.
anyone else.
Yes.
And people will get in your head. You know, imposter syndrome will get in your head. The devil will get in your head. Everyone will get in your head. But you really just have to lock in and have tunnel vision. And that's literally what I did. For the first 6 months, I blocked out everything. And I was like, this is what I'm doing. If I sink or swim, I'm going to give it my all. And I'm going to see what becomes of it.
Good idea. Now we buying merch.
That's ghetto.
Payment miss.
Ooh, the ghetto.
Say she quit.
Ooh, the ghetto.
Late on your rent.
Rent is ghetto.
New event.
Ooh, the ghetto.
Invoice in.
That ain't ghetto.
Money spent.
Oh, that's ghetto. Hold on. It's kind of ghetto being a CEO. Welcome back to another episode of the Ghetto CEO podcast, where we talk about all things entrepreneurship, because a lot of times people don't talk about the lows of entrepreneurship, the tears of entrepreneurship, but we give it to you raw and unfiltered. And we're doing a hot take here at the Spa Expo 2023. Listen, are you excited to be on the couch, girl?
I'm so excited to be here.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Well, tell them who you are and what you do.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Rhondelle B. Adams. I'm a nurse and owner of Lux Beauty Bar NYC.
Yes.
I have 2 locations in New York, currently working on my 3rd location, and I'm just blessed by entrepreneurship.
Listen.
Yes.
So you've been growing. You now are on your way to your 3rd location.
3rd location, yes.
I know it's been ghetto.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And so honestly, for me, coming from a nursing background, not being in the beauty business, like, I didn't really know exactly what to do when I first started. And so there was a lot of trial and tribulations and a lot of ghetto-ness happening.
Yeah. What is the most ghettoest thing that you could think of that was just like, I didn't ask for this?
Okay.
This is not okay.
How about recently I had a client who came in for a teeth whitening service. Girl, we whitened her teeth.
Yes.
She did a chargeback on it 4 months later, a chargeback, right? And so I called her and I was like, hey, I noticed you did a chargeback for your teeth whitening service. You didn't mention it wasn't good at the time when you came in. She was like, oh, well, afterwards I realized I didn't really like it. So I just called my credit card company. I'm like, well, it's 4 months later, sis. What are we doing here?
Right.
Then she calls me back and she tells me I will drop the chargeback if I can transfer the money that I gave you to something else. Sis wanted Botox. I said, how we go from teeth whitening to Botox?
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
But you know what? Chargebacks. I just feel like we need another system.
Correct.
The banks need us. Like, why would they just suck the money out your account?
And they so quick to take it. And it's like, as a provider, it costs us money. It costs us time. It costs us our products. And that's what I sent them a rebuttal. And I won the rebuttal. Sis still trying to reach out. She still want to know if she could get the Botox credits. I'm like, the bank already.
Leave us alone.
You know, we won. And
you're blocked.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. You know, but these are the things that we got to deal with, girl. And it's not. You know, this comes with the territory.
And nobody talks about it. You know what I'm
no
saying?
one.
Like, people talk about getting the LLC and the business credits and all of that. But what about when the chargebacks come and they took 5 bands from your account?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it is a hard thing.
Exactly.
Have you been completely isolating yourself in business? Like, you don't have people that you could do this business with. Well, you need coworkers. And that is why we created the Entrepreneurs Coworkers Community. This allows you to be able to develop relationships with other people in your community. So in the Entrepreneurship Coworkers Community, we have a complete Slack channel where you get to talk to other CEOs just like you. We give you a quiz to find out who you are and what type of CEO you are. And in this quiz, you get to meet other CEOs that may be more creative or traditional or hybrid. We have these CEOs there for you. But even taking it up a notch, we have local chapters in your city, from Atlanta to Dallas to New York to Houston to Chicago, chapters in your city where we're actually linking up every single month to work together, linking up to go to brunch together, having fun together, doing community service outreach. Like, this is a section of our life where we can really co-work and mingle with other people. It's time for you to get some coworkers, sis. And this community is completely free. Just because you're watching this podcast, all you have to do is pause the podcast, click the link below, take the assessment, get in the community, and I'll see you there. Bye, coworker. Back to the episode. So talk to me a little bit about what made you jump from nursing to this industry, because I know it was a
crazy transition. Honestly, a lot of people thought I was crazy. My mom was calling her pastor like, why are you quitting your job with good benefits and your pension to open a business? Like, what's wrong with you? But honestly, entrepreneurship was in me. It always was. And I always knew I wanted to own my own business. I just didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I loved helping people. And in 2017, I actually lost my sister, which pink is her favorite color. That's why that's my brand colors. But that actually prompted me to actually start my entrepreneur journey, because it taught me that I don't have the time I thought I had. Like in my head, I was like, okay, I had a whole 5-year plan. I was like, all right, I'm going to save more money. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then I'll be ready to open my business. And I realized, you know, in her passing, that I did not have the time I thought I had to do the things I wanted to do. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to wait until everything is perfect. I'm just going to start. And I will figure it out along the way.
You just gotta start sometimes.
That's what
it is. You know, it can't be perfect.
Correct.
You just gotta do it.
It can't be perfect. It just gotta be done.
So one of my questions is, because you talked about your journey with your mom,
yes.
right? And she did, you know, she probably support you now.
Girl, how about she's my biggest supporter now? She be walking down, she's like, my daughter do Botox. You need to go to her shop. But in the beginning, it was a struggle.
How was it though?
And what's crazy is that both of my parents are typically very supportive of me. But when I decided to move from the hospital to entrepreneurship, my mom was not supportive at all. My dad was very supportive. He was very supportive. He helped me like build stuff. He painted my shop. He did a lot of stuff, and he was very supportive from the jump, because he didn't know exactly what was going on. But he was like, I trust her, and I know that if she's doing this, she thought it through at least a little bit. She's not just going to jump out the gate like that, But my mom, she couldn't see it. She was like, I just don't understand. Why would you give up your secure paycheck to go and try to make money? Like, it didn't make sense to her. And and it doesn't make sense to a lot of people in the beginning. And at first that bothered me. It bothered me that she wasn't supportive. I was gonna say,
what was the mental that you had to kind of like keep persevering? Because sometimes we listen to our parents.
Correct, we do, and it did. And what I would say for myself, what I did, and also what I would tell any aspiring entrepreneurs, you literally just have to lock in on your dream, and whatever God told you to do is for you.
It was not a conference
for
call.
Anyone else.
Yes.
And people will get in your head. Imposter syndrome will get in your head. The devil will get in your head. Everyone will get in your head. But you really just have to lock in and have tunnel vision. And that's literally what I did. For the first 6 months, I blocked out everything. And I was like, this is what I'm doing. If I sink or swim, I'm going to give it my all. And I'm going to see what becomes of it. And
I love that. I love that. Okay, girl.
Yes,
so as you're continuing to grow in this journey, right? I feel like every time you get another comma in your bank account, you got to have another life lesson. Okay?
Correct.
What do you feel? What are some of the hurdles that you're climbing over now with getting your third location?
What I'm climbing over now is staffing. It's so important to have really solid staff. And I've been blessed so far that my team understands my vision. They respect the brand. They promote the brand. They're very heavily invested in it. But like finding new talent is very hard. And you want to make sure you find people that are going to represent your brand, because they're going to be put in that situation where I'm going to be offsite and they literally have to be that person. And it's hard to find that.
It is.
That's the struggle for me now.
It is.
Finding good people to really allow me to scale and grow the way I would like to.
And the hardest thing for me when I was trying to build a team was realizing like I can't reach my full potential if you don't see your full potential.
Correct.
And I was like, now Jesus, send me some prepared partners. Okay, why they not ready?
They not ready. But sometimes as a leader, and this is what I'm learning too, you have to be able to teach your people and also groom them, because sometimes they too don't really know what their full potential is. But being around you and they see what you're doing, hopefully it inspires them to also kind of do more for themselves. Like for instance, my assistant, when she first came on board, she didn't know what she really wanted to do. She was doing like lashes and stuff like that, but she didn't know what she wanted to do really. And literally like 2 weeks ago, she was like, Rhondelle, I have to tell you something. And I was like, what? She was like, I'm going to aesthetic school. I really love what I do here for you. And I really want to do more. I want to do everything with you. And she's like, I'm going to get my license. And I was like, oh my God. Like it really did something to me. And I was so thankful for that. And I was like, and I always thank God for that. I tell him, thank you for giving me the vision and to be able to pour into other people so they too can have a vision.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yes.
So what would you say to a young lady that's watching this? She's a nurse.
Yes.
Her parents ain't like all
they ain't
on
with
board.
it. Yes.
They ain't with it. With her jumping off the porch. What would you say to her?
Call me. call me, because what I would say also is, you know, when you're first starting out, you need to be able to bounce ideas off of someone. You need to be able to have a mentor, somebody who can actually see the vision. And a lot of times people around you in your immediate circle, they're not doing what you're doing, and they're not thinking about what you are thinking about. So they're not going to be able to understand. But you get around people who are thinking like you, or who've already done that. And that's where you really find your people. You know, that's where you find your tribe. So you need to get around people who have either done it already, who are currently doing it, so that way you can build with them and learn from them. You don't want to do it by yourself. You can, but it's going to take you longer that way.
Don't isolate
That's
yourself.
what I did. Now I got 3 mentors. In the beginning, I didn't have any, and it was a struggle. Now I understand now that the cheat code is having people who've already done it, having mentors. I can make a phone call. Hey, this is what's happening. What's the best way to resolve this? And they can say, oh, call this person, call that person, do such and such. Boom, I got my answer. You know, and that is priceless. That is priceless.
I love that. I love that. Y'all, get you a mentor, get you a community, stay in the room, stay connected.
Absolutely.
Okay, because isolating yourself is not going to get you to the next
level.
No. I love it. This is another episode with the Ghetto CEO podcast, a hot take here at the Spa Expo 2023, and y'all better stay tapped into my girl.
Yes.
See you guys later.
Invoice in, that ain't ghetto.